Okay, so this is interesting for the buff. This is as buffy as I get here now. Designing a template for the masses. It's designing a template, sort of strategy of doing it. So this is, I was surprised. This is actually a big multinational. Actually, sorry, go back. Let's look at this video. It's 30 seconds. I knew I missed a good bit out. Take a little while for my quick time, which is not that quick, to come up. All right. So here it is. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay, let's review this thing. It's sucked the battery life out of it. Fits the screen. Play that.
For a variety of issues uses, and they're actually using these. They've got two headsets in their site office, and the engineers.
It's the guy down there with the glasses. He's walking through the model.
And he got real seasick. So
Yeah.
on the front doing anything. Sitting there trying to
It took him about half an hour to set it up.
What you're seeing there are the pre-tension.
That's what he's seeing. Just looking through the reinforcement and.
Segments. And here head itself, you've got temporary structure naturally around it, which is where
It's interesting too. They said the reason why they actually did the Oculus Rift version of that model was it was in China. It was a sort of a large services bridge which spanned this valley, and the client had said that's all great, but I don't think our guys can actually get into these access hatches they developed, and they actually made them modular so they could walk onto these platforms and simulate trying to get to the things they had to get to, and they actually couldn't. They had to change the design because
That's right, yeah.
She couldn't work.
Yeah, I forgot about that bit. Thanks for putting that one in. Okay. Yeah, so I'll just skim right through this thing here. Not everybody want to do a sort of a template, but what was surprising to me is what they said is because it's a big international company, and they've got like not only a metric, but they're dealing with imperial countries as well. So they had to have this template that what they said was actually is that they redesign it from scratch every year. So they start off with what they call a seed template, which has got very basic stuff in there, and then they add the content in every year. So I reckon it would take them a whole year to just finish one off, and then the next version comes out. But anyway, that's what they do, and there's it's a slide that's interesting. I told all this stuff. I was really excited about this, but anybody, this thing here, I can send this to anybody. Just take one of my cards later, send me an email, and I can email you all that stuff. So there is from here, this one slide that sort of explains it all. Designing templates, sort of find it. Just shows the complexity, and you have to have revision, sort of have people in different offices and different disciplines, collecting the information that doesn't work, sending it to someone to fix it, and I don't know how they do it. How does everyone else do that template? So do you start from scratch, or do you just get the old one and save it as and add to it? And
Pretty much.
That's what I use.
Purge once or twice.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know. Anyway, so this is the thing. Like they have the seed, and then that goes off and becomes like a site template, and then that splits off to those two, and then the design one, and then MEP, and down here, and goes to lighting, and it's a mess. All right, but that's really too complicated. It was I thought too much. So this stuff that they do. Look at that. I'm still going. All right, better hurry along. Open beam. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to, it's a bit of terminology. IFC, Industry Foundation Classes, and then it's IFD, International Framework for Dictionaries, which is Building Smart apparently, I don't know. IDMs, all this stuff, you won't even remember it. Anyway, the thing is, I'll show you one slide out of that, which shows apparently the relationship of IFC. Here's where no wonder it doesn't work. This is a mess. Just I don't know. It's supposed to show some relationship of properties, but that's where that IFC sits in the whole picture of
I saw that diagram once when Building Smart presented. They had this.
I don't know.
They've got these families that can sort of convert to multiple formats. They had that slide about the relationships.
Oh yeah.
That's just like,
No wonder.
seriously.
Seriously, right.
That's presumably impossible. I don't understand.
I tried to follow one of those little lines to see where it went, but I got lost it. I think it goes anyway. Just someone went and scribble. Okay, it's all about the data. Stupid. This is another one done by my beautiful friends Josh and Mike, and it's basically talking about facilities management. Well, it's talking about adding data to your drawing, obviously Revit drawing, but what they're saying is if you've got the data, then you can put it in for the facility manager later on, but usually we don't because we don't know what they want or who the facility manager might be even. But what was interesting out of that, just read a bit of that, was basically, this is a bit of a plug actually for my friend Mr. Clothier. He kept talking about the eye in BIM and how if it's missing is a problem, right? So you get dumb models and that. So I went afterwards and said to him, it's not a, it's a bum. My friend Mr. Clothier told me that. I don't know where you got it from, but anyway, it's basically building useless models. So he took that away to US to spread the word over there. All right. So basically what he talked about is that I was amazed when he talked about existing buildings like universities and hospitals, I think. No, shopping centres, I think. No, hospitals. They don't deal with shopping centres yet. But it's basically, they get to the unis and they say, well, we haven't got a model, so how are we going to do this? We need some sort of facilities management, and we want to be able to, look at our room numbers and change them when they change, and put a different person's name on the room and that sort of thing. So what they said is, okay, well, we'll just pick up your existing drawings and just quickly map them out, and all the facility. I mean, you got to just basically what he's saying is you got to give the person that needs it what they need. All right. So don't ask the manager, for example, if it's a store person that needs actually the information. So you've got to talk to those people and work out what they need. And so what these people did they actually build, what they said is just build a rectangle, stick your parameters in the middle of the room, whatever you want to be putting in there, and just put that information only. And then they're happy, that's it. I mean, at least you're getting some BIM happening. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be pretty. All right, so, and then what they also did, they wrote a little app on top of that, and they just give it to the facility manager, and they just change the name of the room, and somehow it gets pushed into the model. I'm not sure how, who does it actually, but somehow that connects to the model and updates it. Right, so that's the sort of thing I took away from there, is that like do a little bit of BIM is better. A little bit of BIM is better than no BIM, basically. All right, so that's. I'm not sure if there was anything exciting in that one there, Mr. Tourist. Action plans, yeah, all right. Yeah, there wasn't anything exciting. All right, it's all about the data. All right, so he's thinking, it took me ages to put those slides together, and he says it's not exciting. All right, so contractors, BIM, MEP, Oz, so MEP, the Australian template, you might have heard about that, and that was commissioned by the Air Conditioning and Mechanical Contractors Association of Australia, and basically with input, a bit of input from the architects and consultants. It's an initiative that Autodesk is looking at very closely, but currently being developed by A2K basically, and the reason it's created is because there's a gap basically between what you get in MEP and what people need. Right, so what, there's a lot of stuff in here about MEP and that, but what I took away from that, mainly just to speed it along and pretty much wrap it up, is this slide at the end here, where it says, like their models that they're building, they have the clearance zones around them, and they're able to clash against that as well. So for example, no use saying, they've got enough room to put this air conditioning unit here, but there's no room to take the filter out, or someone to go in there and open something up to get something out. So when you do clash detection, you need to allow the zones to be actually yeah, sort of functional that way. Right, so that's that there, and yeah, it was and all the families are prefixed with BMA for BIM Met POS. They recently had their little big day out in Melbourne, 7th to the 8th of August as well. And InfraWorks for civil engineering stuff. The only thing I want to say for this one is that, that you know, GIS and BIM, well, you know, they both have a you know, they have a place in the world as such. So obviously GIS deals with big stuff, and BIM deals with smaller stuff. They live in GIS, I suppose. Don't they? So I don't think there's a few. Yeah, there's one graphic here I want to show you. This one here. Basically, this outlines the usual sort of process for design. So you probably go in through InfraWorks 360, then move your model to Civil 3D. Then you might do a bit of advanced concrete or steel, or do some analysis through robot structural. Then you might move on to some clashing in Navisworks, and then at the end of it, you might even go into BIM 360 field. Right, so that's, you know, the workflow sort of thing. Yeah, that's what you can do. Quick proposals in InfraWorks. All right, so that's that there. There was wrap up. Let's wrap up. We wrapped it up. That's pretty good. All right, thank you.
Cool.
And as I said, if anybody wants these, even the video, I'll put it on some sort of Dropbox, and you can grab a card, and yeah, let me know. Thank you. Any questions? I've answered them all. Okay,
Right.
that's wonderful.
Well done. Thanks, Andreas.
Thank
That's
you.
fantastic. It actually is very hard to get anybody